Call me Hugh Jackman, because every single time I say, I'm done, I'm never doing it again, I do it again. I can't stop myself, I'm like an addict. Hello everyone, Jaden here, welcome back. Today, we're playing Minion Rush. Minion Rush. And we're back for a very, very special reason. And that's because after 5 years, no sorry, 6 years of pain and torture, they are giving us this. Now, as you can see here, there are a few things on gameloft's roadmap for Minion Rush, which we're going to discuss in today's video while we play as the Renfield Minion, who is inspired by the Poppy character from Despicable Me 4. So, I'm only playing the 5-year celebration update in this video because it very well could be my last chance to ever play this version. And while I've dogged on it, and said that it's rubbish, and said that I've hated it, there's no counterpoint. I hate it. I'm sorry, but I have not enjoyed the 5-year celebration update at all. And if you guys do remember in my last ever video, I did say that if Gameloft ever chose to change the game and do a big update to it, I would consider returning. And thank God that is what they have done. So, let's talk about this new update that they're doing. And good God, my game is lagging, I do apologise for that. So, what is going on? Oh, sorry, I forgot my keybind. So, the new update that Gameloft have announced, I would show you guys, you see, if I could, I would show you guys what Gameloft are working on. And I did show you guys what Gameloft are working on. But you see, kids, in the industry there's this little thing called an NDA, and you're not supposed to break NDAs. Now, I didn't break an NDA, but to give me access to the beta, someone else did. And see, I don't much feel like placing anyone in jail. So while I do know exactly what Gameloft are working on, and I do know exactly what their next big update is, I'm not going to show... Oh, I got my keybinds wrong. I'm not going to show you guys anything because I do not want to risk a DMCA claim, which basically means bad things happen to my YouTube channel. So, I can tell you guys what Gameloft are working on, and that's what I'm going to go over in today's video. So, the thumbnail and title aren't exactly clickbait. Minion Rush as we know it is technically shutting down, okay? Gameloft have rebuilt Minion Rush from scratch. The game operates in a completely different game engine, the graphics are completely different, the gameplay is completely different, and we're going to be getting basically a totally different game. This huge update that Gameloft are talking about, that isn't exaggeration, the game is changing completely. Okay, so what's different? Well, as I say, I have played the beta, and I can tell you this much. The game looks gorgeous, okay? The game looks absolutely fantastic from what I played. It's a little bit janky at the moment in the beta, but they will no doubt change that by the time it releases. But graphics-wise, you know, gameplay-wise, it's so much fresher, so much nicer. It plays a million times better. It looks absolutely nothing like what you're seeing here as I'm playing the current version of the game. They have completely changed everything. So that's all nice. Graphical overhaul, you know, physics overhaul. Can totally get behind that. But endless running is coming back in its purest form. So in the current version of the game, we have the Top Bananas room, which I got really excited for when they announced it, and then I played it and said it was absolute rubbish. Because it is absolute rubbish. It's nothing like what the game used to be. From the beta, this looks like a true return to form. It's a lot more akin to the original Minion Rush versions in 2013 and 14 than it is to the 5-year celebration update or Jelly Lab versions. It's most comparable to that original version of the game, with just a ton more functionality. So, we have a new progression system in this new version. I can't remember what it's called, it's something to do with jelly. And it seems... I died. It seems interesting, I'll say that. It seems very interesting, but that's all I can really say, because I don't know how it's going to function. The beta didn't really give too much away. What else? Oh, we have these new little rooms where you can collect costumes, so that's pretty cool. So the costumes do seem to again be, similarly to the 5-year celebration update, a lot of the game's progression seems to be behind unlocking costumes, which of course is fun. Why have all those costumes there if you're not going to do anything with them? So I think allowing players to unlock costumes by playing the game rather than having to buy them is of course a brilliant thing, and that's one of the few things the 5-year celebration update did right. It gave costumes more of an unlockable factor. So that's great. Now, the biggest thing, well, one of the biggest things, is that there is an events menu in the beta. So, if gameloft bring back events, more so if gameloft bring back races, they have won my heart, and I will continue to play Minion Rush for as long as they keep the servers alive. Because I love the competitive factor to Minion Rush. I've always loved the competitive factor to Minion Rush. For a long time, I claimed myself to be the best Minion Rush player in the world. And I still kind of stand behind that, alright? I was the first person to get the world record in the game. Admittedly, I've been beaten now, but hey, if I start playing the game on my channel again pretty consistently, I might try and get that world record back. We'll see, you know, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time to spend on the game. And frankly, I have a life. You know, I don't really want to be spending, what, 2 hours playing Minion Rush in a row. It just doesn't really... It doesn't really seem like something I'd be willing to do for content. But, you know, we'll see. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Events are in there, okay? So that's one thing we do have. What else do we have? Sorry, I'm actually trying to remember. Oh yeah, power-ups. Power-ups are completely different. All of the... Oh, I'm terrible at this game. All of the power-ups we have in the current version of the game, and have had since the game's release, are gone. We have totally new power-ups. There's one that's like a guitar that turns into a car, so that's pretty neat, I guess. What else? There's a new banana vacuum. It doesn't function the same as the current banana vacuum, but that's something. It was worth mentioning as well, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but the menu to the game and pretty much everything is totally different. Everything you know about Minion Rush right now is different. Like, literally, nothing is carried over. Nothing. There is nothing about the current game that is similar to the update that they're working on. Like, sure, the gameplay is still an endless runner starring the minions, but that's pretty much it. That's the only thing they've carried over. They have recoded the entire game. Please trust me, and you'll believe this when it comes out. The game plays nothing like it currently plays. It is the first time they have changed the core gameplay of Minion Rush in 11 years. So yes, it is absolutely something to get excited about, and it's the reason I'm returning to making Minion Rush content. Because they're actually doing something with the game for once. Now, do you need to be worried about your costumes? I doubt it. I do not think they would make... I'm sorry, I don't know how I died there. I do not think they would make us start again with costumes. I think if you've unlocked costumes, they'll probably do something similar to the 5-year celebration update and let you, you know, carry over your progression and stuff. I just can't see them stripping everyone of their costumes. I really doubt they would do that. But the other good news is that I'm relatively sure every single costume in the game is being carried over because, and I know this isn't very good of me, but I had a look at the files of the game, and even things like this, oh no, I'm not falling for it again, the Tazavna minion, the Bogatia minion, and the AFL minion do all seem to be in the files of the beta. So I think all the costumes in the game are being carried over, thank goodness. But apart from that, I don't see anything in the beta that they would even be able to carry over from the old version, because everything is that different. So I don't know what's going to happen with, you know, say your agent's rank. I don't know what's going to happen with your status in global goals. I don't even know what's going to happen with your special mission trophies. I do not know what's going to happen. I don't. But I couldn't see anything about special missions. I'm going to end the run anyway. I couldn't see anything about special missions in the beta, so I don't know if special missions are going to continue. They might. Charging for revives is not gameloft. Jesus, you need an update. Funny that that's exactly what's happening. Anyway, so, my basic point in this video, aside from showcasing this minion, I don't know, Renfield, it's like from the 4th Despicable Me film. I watched it, it was pretty good, I enjoyed it. I liked it more than Despicable Me 3, that's all I can say. So good Minion Rush costume. Great, nice one, guys. Anyway, big update, alright? So, yes, you should absolutely get excited for this Minion Rush update. I unfortunately cannot show you anything. I have seen everything. I showed you guys everything. In fact, lots of you watching this video probably saw the video I made about the beta. But I didn't make a video on the beta. I do not want to get sued. Alright, we're not letting that happen, okay, because I do not have the money. I'm a university student, I have no money. But this update is probably going to come out around the end of this year. Maybe even before that. People are saying September, October, and I can totally see that happening. I do not know what the nostalgia update that we're getting before that is going to be about. I have no idea. All I can say is that this is a good time, alright? This is a great time for people who enjoy Minion Rush. I have not played this game in years, but I'm excited to play it again for the first time ever. This is my childhood game, alright? I was raised on this game, and I want to see it succeed, and I want to see it do well. So the fact that they're doing something with it, and the fact that they're going in a direction that is both great for old-time players and for new players is fantastic. I cannot wait for you guys to see what Gameloft are working on, because again, I can vouch that it's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I'm really excited to get back making Minion Rush content when the update releases. So I'll see you guys in a bit. That's that.